I love what you're saying right here because, I do believe it is hard to go against the grain, but what I don't want to do is alienate, the 250,000 people that do follow me online. It's hard as hell to get anybody to do anything for you in life, but especially on the internet, right? So getting people to click that button, I mean, that is so important for so many different people. But when you're trying to start a business, it's even worse, right? Because like I always tell people, like the hardest thing about like starting a detail company or starting a business is like getting people to know you exist, right? But that's only half the battle, especially now. And I just wonder, I don't know. Like I feel like I have good intentions with thatdetailshop.com, right? Like my plan is just to source products from the same places that all these big name companies are doing it, but I'm just trying to sell them. I want to sell them for, a fraction of what they do, right? Which I understand that's like kind of idiotic and it's a lofty goal at best, but it's just where I'm at as a person, and I'm just seeing if I can do it. Like I know right now I've pulled a great deal of my own resources, time, money into developing what I hope is my flagship product, which is a foam cannon, right? Oh boy, another one, right? But what I've learned is like anytime I even talk about thatdetailshop.com, that video is not going to go anywhere. I can't promote it myself, right? Even with 250,000 followers, maybe I can generate 1 or 2 sales, right? But even if my product is the best foam cannon in the world, which I don't know, I hope it's pretty good. I designed it to be better than the MJJC and better than Chemical Guys and better than any of those other brands, and I'm gonna sell it for literally less than half the price. That's my goal, right? I'm gonna put a premium product out there that is actually tangible for as many people as possible. But I've already learned that like I'm not gonna be the one that can promote that. So my options are, because if I do, right, that traffic, I'm not gonna get any traffic. It's gonna go nowhere because TikTok has such a vested interest in keeping you on their platform. They just created this ecosystem where like you have to go through them. They want you to put your product on their website so they can make a fraction of the money and keep people, on their site. They want you to pay for promotions. They want you to do all these different things, which takes away from my person like me's ability to do anything for my, potential clients or customers or whoever. So I've thought of a couple different ways to potentially get around this, and we'll see what happens, but I don't know. I kind of wonder if we're at the very beginning of what's going to be like a class action lawsuit in a couple years, kind of like what you're seeing, like, what was it, like Epic versus like Apple or what was it, Android, how, they just said it's kind of an unfair marketplace because like they shouldn't have to pay somebody just because they have their app on their game store. It's kind of like that as a business owner, just like all together now, If you want to be successful, you got to pay Pixel, which is Facebook. You got to pay Google Ads. You got to do all these different things. And we're not even talking about AI and agentic ads.